Oh, look at him go. Oh my god. it's it's almost too much for Zoom to deal with.
Yeah, Zoom's having a rough time.
Hello, and welcome to Powered Casual Presents Dungeons and Dragons, our intrepid group of Hellscape Navigators here. Go around the Zoom call and introduce everybody using the awesome new feature where I can just arrange people however I want in the call. Thank you. Now it doesn't change anything on your end, right, guys? Like when I rearrange stuff, you guys are still in whatever view. So this
Not
part
in
is
the call.
still great.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Yeah, they don't know when I say to my right if they mean stream right or call right. They have no idea.
Unless we're watching the
I
stream.
mean, we're just gonna go by when you say our name. That's when we're gonna react.
Mhm.
So that's how we're gonna do it.
Yep. So we're just gonna introduce everybody in whatever fashion I feel. So we'll start over here to my this
See,
way
you don't
to
even
my
know.
left. No, I don't know because the camera's flipped. So like this is not the hand that I think it is. So to my this way, to my right but camera left, we have Alyssa playing Gilda. Below Gilda, we have Sean playing Thranton. Below me, we have Brian playing Clyde. To my this side, the other side, it's my left, but stream right, we have Tom playing Naoma.
We don't actually.
Yeah,
Oh, there he is.
The things you do to your
Surprise.
friends. And last but not least, below Naoma, we have Ark playing Maleficus. Yeah.
I just can't wait to be king.
Very good.
The end.
Good night,
We had a great time with
everybody.
D&D.
Nope.
Good night.
Is
I'm
that
out.
the whole secret? Hold on. Wait,
I'm
is that
out.
just the
I'm
whole?
done.
Yep.
Yep. No.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's the game.
Maleficus is just
Can't do
Simba.
So
Really dumb.
Hey.
Wow.
you speak to royalty like that? So when we last
To
we
them.
Okay,
when
Mr.
last
D&D's version of Taken.
does Clyde have a daughter? We'll find out. He'll find out,
Not yet.
I think, honestly.
That's
but
why I want to go to Avernus.
when last we left the party, they were almost exactly where we left them 2 sessions ago, in the High Hall of Elturel, smashed up and destroyed in this sort of fashion here. And they actually did a fair amount in the basement of the High Hall. You all made some bread for the villagers with the stuff that you had gotten the previous session, fed everybody, made sure that everybody was okay before you struck out on the mission. You were informed of that mission, basically to go and somehow find the Sword of Zariel and somehow use that to free the city of Elturel and or its people and get them back onto the material plane. And you purified a helmet.
We
Got a
did
hat.
Got a hat. And
Is
so
it still strapped on with a bandage?
A very fancy bandage.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks awesome.
and when we
And
left the
I
party
kept-
in particular, you guys were trying to figure out how to get from Avernus, which is still currently floating a few hundred feet above Avernus itself, or Elturel rather. My bad. We're never gonna have to deal
Too
with
many
the
names.
city again after a session or two, so it's fine. Leave Elturel, which is floating a
What does
few
that
hundred
mean?
feet above. No, nothing. Don't read into anything the DMs ever says. Don't worry about it. Down to the surface, and what sort of planning were you guys thinking of doing there? What
So
sort
we
of
were supposed to talk about this, weren't we?
a little bit.
As a group, collectively.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
Get this off of here. You guys, I mean,
What the-
I was.
I don't like disapprove of any, off-topic conversation that you guys want to do, but yeah, no, whether or not you guys actually want to talk off off the game is totally up to you guys. You can also completely have that discussion right here and now. This is D&D.
I mean, unless we want to push it back by another session and find something else to do in the High Hall, I
Which-
think we're gonna have to.
You can also do this. This is
I'm
It's
ready to go.
true. We're just sitting here like doing crafts, and the Duke comes up and is like,
What are you doing?
"Guys,
Could you
gotta
What
go.
are you doing?
No, any DM who thinks they're actually in control of the game is wrong. So it's all
We're
you
in
guys.
the corner of the High Hall with Sam Ladd doing push-ups, and he's like our personal trainer.
It's a whole fitness montage.
Yeah,
The skeletons teaching us how to do things.
Yeah.
No,
We
they're
all
just,
get
they're
one
just
level.
sleeping.
We all get one level in Barbarian.
Look, if there's a cool story reason, I am always happy to skip any of those multi-class requirements. Like some don't work as well as others, and those requirements are usually there for a reason. But if it's funny, I'm into it.
Well, I was gonna maybe try to build a thing because that's all I can really do other than try and climb and probably fall to my death.
It is a very long drop. It's
Mm.
Yeah, we were talking about climbing down plus parachutes. Yeah, that was sort of our
Walking with purpose.
walking with
'Cause
purpose
they're-
down the chain.
Yep.
Do
There are
parachutes exist
many
in
curtains
this?
that I was gonna try to make like parachutes or something out of.
Hot air balloon.
Yeah, try.
So
Take me.
yeah, there are a few there are those ways. Just a straight up leap of faith was brought up on Twitter at least once.
Hang glider.
Hang gliders, hot air balloons have been put forward before. So there's a fair amount of things going on.
I keep getting excited and thinking I have Featherfall in this character, but I don't. That's a different character.
It's true.
So yeah, Maleficus is he's kind of gung ho, like he's ready to go. He's kind of pacing, like why haven't we left yet? Let's just go. Let's just do this. Yeah. Looking important with his human helmet on top of his large, broad lion head, tied up there so nicely by Gilda.
How much rope does this
yeah,
town have?
Not is it? Are we like 60 to 100 feet above the ground?
Oh, much further than that.
Yeah, I thought it was
Oh.
more like a
Yep.
couple hundred.
Several hundred.
Yeah, it's at least 200 feet. Technically, the city is dropping ever so slowly, but not consistently. So technically, if you do wait long enough, you will get there. But
Great.
All right, so here's the deal. Okay, an entire city is dropping slowly here.
Mhm.
We weigh about 1 billionth of the weight of the city individually.
Are you suggesting we all jump at the same time?
Yes.
It'll
Yes,
go
everybody
back up.
jumps and we just fall very slowly. This is my theory.
Don't.
I
feel like
jump
that
in
might not
place.
Can you roll something like
Jump check.
persuasion?
You want me to roll a
So-
persuasion?
Yes.
On yourself.
On me.
work.
And I'm gonna do an int check.
Do you
I would
believe your own
love to roll a
bullshit?
persuasion.
Do it.
Well, this isn't very good. I'm not entirely it's a 14.
I rolled an 18.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's a terrible idea.
Take that,
Think
I'm
crap.
about it
still
for a
very
second.
sure of myself. I am undeterred
Hey.
in this.
I genuinely think that our best plan, our best highest likelihood of getting down is to go down the chain with the parachutes that Gilda is making.
Yeah,
How
so
long
we
is it
at
gonna
least have
take?
something.
How long is it going to take to make them?
I don't know.
All right, you have 5 minutes. Let's go.
Yep, 5 minutes. You get half a
I
parachute.
just tie fabric around everybody. There.
I
So-
did it.
What I would like you
That's
to
actually
do
not a bad idea either. We
is
could just tie rope around ourselves and then walk.
And
Put
then
a
just have me
backpack
hold
on.
on for dear life.
Yeah.
also
I
enough.
don't like that idea either.
Mm,
Like just this is how
Well,
rock
that way,
climbers
if one of
sorta
us
do it.
falls, if one of us falls, the other, people around them can grab them and can grab the rope at least and pull them back up. We don't all go down, and someone doesn't just go to their death.
Are the chains tethered to the town? If we like go up to the chains and we look down the chain, is it like a straight drop down to from the chain to Avernus, or is it like at an angle?
Yeah.
or
If this
what?
is like if this is a 30-degree slope, we could just walk down. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it
Or
is.
sled down it?
Yeah, it is tethered at both ends. On one end is tethered up on the top to the city by like a giant, like obsidian spear point sort of situation, almost like the city got harpooned. And the chain does go at an angle down to an enormous obelisk anchoring each chain around the city. So it's not a dead straight drop. There is a slope to it.
okay. Well,
So, do we want to do the rope thing, or do we want to do the or do we want to do parachutes?
Sled.
Because rope would give multiple people a chance to try and stop the problem, but if we all fail, we all die.
Yeah, but if the parachute fails, then that
One person
Person.
dies.
in the interest of time, I am voting rope strategy.
same.
Being a heavy creature, I'm gonna go with rope strategy because I'm not confident that a parachute will work on me anyways.
It's just a matter of like appropriate sizing. Like you can
It's
drop
true.
you can drop a tank by parachute if you got
That's
the
a
right
lot of parachute.
Just
Mhm.
saying.
It's true.
Otherwise, it may slow you down.
I mean, slow down maybe enough. I mean, as long as I survive, I can just res everybody. It'll be fine.
I'm jumping.
All right. So,
Bye.
yeah, it's up to you. If you guys feel like you're ready with what you've got here, you can go out into the city and out to make your way to one of the chains. Lulu did identify a chain that has had a pretty clear path. Didn't have a bunch of devils scrambling up around it for you. So she identified your most
I
likely
do in my
culprit.
inventory I do have rope, so
I also have rope.
I like
Okay.
to think I have rope.
I think I have rope.
No one knows.
Comes in a survival pack, right?
Yeah, most of the packs, which you guys should all have, would have rope of some kind, usually.
I've got 50 feet.
50 feet of hempen rope.
That'll be enough.
That's funny.
I have no rope.
No
Get
rope.
that priest pack there.
Yep.
Yep.
Classic.
Yep.
Not a lot of use for rope.
Until now.
Depends on the church.
Yeah.
If it's like the church of people who have rope, then you got rope.
Church of tying knots.
Church of gnats. The church of strong knots.
Strong knots.
Very, very tight community that they have there.
Yeah, the dreadnoughts. They learn to tie them.
All right. Yeah. So let's
Let's go down
just
some ropes.
head out and tie some ropes.
Okay.
So we're gonna tie ropes and then just climb down the chain.
Yeah, essentially, one of us is like I'm gonna sort of be the anchor, and we'll just sort of shimmy our way down and hope for the best.
So are we tying the ropes together to make a longer length of rope?
I think we're tying it. Well,
I mean, we'll probably have
Good.
to, but then tie them to like
to each of
around
our belts.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna climb down.
You gonna skip the rope thing completely?
Yeah, I'll just climb.
Okay.
All right. See you at the bottom.
So in that
That's the
case, we have
plan.
how many ropes? We have 3 ropes. Is that right? We have 3.
I've got a rope.
Yes.
I have a rope.
I have.
I have a
Okay,
rope.
so
We have 4 ropes.
without Clyde's rope, let's tie each person to me individually.
Okay.
So all 3 anchor to me, and then if one person falls,
But what if? But
I'm holding on,
okay.
and it won't tug on anybody else.
I like
Now-
that plan better.
I know this is a rude question, but about how much Gilda, Naoma, and Maleficus do you weigh?
Wow. Yeah. Never ask a lion his weight.
110 pounds.
Jeez. Well, let's see. Where would that be in D&D Beyond? I probably
Under
didn't actually fill that
description.
out.
Yeah, it would be under description. Usually under its own thing.
I
Each
didn't write it down.
almost no
160.
one does.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maleficus is probably a hefty boy. He's probably in the 200-pound range.
Yeah, he's muscular.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Loxodons are going to be around 400, so
Mhm.
I probably weigh as much as the rest of the party combined.
Yeah, maybe.
Elves
well-
are pretty light, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
elves are generally
Elves tend to be
lighter.
on the lighter side.
Yeah. Humans are human weight. Pretty
I'll
average. You
probably-
can just basically pick a
I'm
weight.
like 110 pounds, probably.
Yeah, I'm hovering right around 110.
Waif.
Wafer thin.
Waves.
hmm
It's a wafer.
There's no meat on these bones.
Okay, and so
Okay, so that was just for my education. Shit goes south.
of the 4 of us who are doing the rope thing, which one of us is the most dexterous? Would that be you, Gilda?
It's not me.
It's definitely not me. I'm a -1.
I actually have a +0.
I
Maleficus, what's your dex?
I got a +1.
All right, Maleficus, I am putting you in charge. I'm giving you the responsibility of tying all the knots.
This
Don't-
is why I'm
Oh
finding
boy. Great. I will tie the knots. Yes, I learned how to do this in the Church of Good Knots. Yes.
the school of
All right,
hard
what-
knots.
What do you got me rolling again?
All right, so
The sleight of hand?
yeah, what we'll end up doing is if Maleficus is tying these knots, I'm going to need you to give me 4 sleight of hand checks. And those will determine how good the knots are on an average.
I only got the 2 hands though. All right. Yes. Great. First sleight of hand check. That is a nat 20.
Good start. Good start.
Boom.
21 if you got it.
Hold on. I
Okay.
gotta think for this.
Thank you. Yes. So one of the knots is immaculate. It is the coolest knot anybody has ever seen. Like it looks very ornate, but also very purposeful. There are no extra frills. However, it is frilly. All right.
Precise
Number
number
2.
of thrills. Frills.
I hope y'all are ready for a 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 4 on this one. Second
Oh, no.
one probably a little shottier.
Now is that
Just a bit.
taking
gets which roll?
your sleight of hand into account?
Oh yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
All right.
We should have
rolling
blessed
again.
Maleficus first.
It would have been an idea. Not. I'm undeterred.
After seeing you tie the second one, I will give you not bless, guidance.
Guidance, that's the one.
Undeterred by my shoddy craftsmanship. All right. So how does guidance work again?
Just kidding, I don't have guidance.
All right. I don't have guidance.
Moving on.
What kind of cleric are you?
Apparently the kind that doesn't have guidance. I could have sworn I took guidance, but oh no, I did.
Naoma reaches out like she wants to help, and then just
And then I do.
nah.
And then I do. I have a mental slip of like, I don't know how to do this. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
Wait, do I know? Yeah.
Do I know this? I do.
Wait. So am I guided?
Yes.
Whoa. Man, that was a roller coaster. All right. So how does that work again?
You get a D4 to add to your ability check.
Oh yes. Before or after the result?
Dealer's choice.
What?
It
Okay, I'm
just
gonna
says
save
add
that.
Before or after? Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Isn't it all checks for like the next minute?
It's one check. for a
Oh,
minute,
just a single
Yeah.
check. Okay.
But you
Yeah.
can choose when to use it.
That's a 9.
Are you?
Probably should have used the
yeah.
D4.
You still can.
Wait,
You
Oh.
still can.
you still can.
All right. I'll use. It's an 11.
Okay.
Next one's an 11. It's like I put my heart and soul into that first knot, and I'm just out of heart and soul. There's
Okay.
less to go around
Yep.
for these consecutive knots. There's one more knot to tie, right?
Yep.
One
One
more.
more.
And I will give you guidance again
What? Okay, I'll take it.
because I've realized you actually need help.
That's another nat 20.
Hey,
so
let's
I
not
start off
help.
real strong. They're kind of rough in the middle, but I rally at the end. And it's like this one is just
That's amazing.
super sick because like it's like the first one. It's beautiful, but it's also made with love. That's what the guidance.
2 people are definitely gonna live, and 2 people are definitely gonna die.
The question is, who?
Ooh.
Wants to play lion roulette.
Yeah, do they get to pick their own knots?
No, it's random.
Yeah,
it's
roulette.
random.
You don't know.
But no, okay. I know what I need to know based on that. All right.
Great.
So yeah, to describe, now that you guys you make it to the chains without incident, to describe how the chains are, like you look at them, and these things are like gigantic. Sort of describes it. Each chain link is 30 feet long, 20 feet wide, and is form of a welded loop of infernal iron, 5 feet thick. So, like, you could just
So,
like
to give you a
hug
real life
this thing.
estimate,
Yeah,
they're as wide as I am tall.
yeah. Like you could
That's
just sort of like
thinking.
like hugging a giant tree or like a bridge underpass. You know, like you could press yourself against it and call it a hug. And if, of course, they weren't covered with 1 foot long iron barbs. However, the good news is these barbs, it's not like a sea urchin or something where it's like so dense you can't even really get in there. They actually are spaced out enough that you can use them as hand and footholds as long as you're careful
Perfect.
to not impale yourself on the barbs.
So
All
we've
right,
got
I climb down.
We've got kind of a ladder.
Kind of. And it is at an angle, so it's not a dead up and down drop. So
Can we just kind of like sit and just kind of like butt scoot our way down?
You could, yeah. If you guys need to let me know how quickly, as individuals and or a group, you guys want to go down.
That's a
So
lot of spikes to the butt, Clyde.
Yeah, very slowly.
You're not gonna aim and hit every spike that you're scooting.
yeah, you just
A lot of
gonna.
spikes to the butt, Clyde.
Right in the butt.
Couple hundred feet
Show you.
of
show
butt
you.
spikes.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good time.
I forget.
You're not sliding down it like a slippery slope. You're just like butt scooting.
You said butt
Yeah.
scooting. You said sledding. I'm just putting it all together.
I said sledding like a half hour ago.
So yeah, my group is gonna go pretty slow, I'd say.
Yes.
Like if the speed limit's 25, we're gonna go about 15.
Okay.
I
And
think it's gonna depend on my first roll here.
okay.
If I roll really well, I'm gonna go faster, and if I roll really poorly, I'm gonna take my time.
Okay. So what I'd like, yeah. So who's going first? Is the group going first, or is Clyde going first?
I've probably already started.
Yeah, Clyde's probably already halfway down by the time we've like finished tying our ropes and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mostly pros because I probably fell.
Okay. So
Falling
I'd like you to give me either an acrobatics or an athletics.
Acrobatics all day, baby. Good thing. 13.
13. Okay. All right. So that's enough that you're able to keep your grip and keep your footing. Like you're not slipping too much. What pace are you trying to set now that you've got that 13?
That seems like a medium pace.
Okay. So yeah, you're not.
It's kind of like steady.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, with that sort of pace, you're able to maintain your grip pretty good. Um, as you make it down the first loop in the chain, and there's a bunch of them, you realize that there's like the chains are they're warm. They're not hot. They're not like fresh from the forge burning you as you're going down, but they are warm, a little bit like uncomfortably so. And
Uh-oh.
so just keep that in mind.
How many more links does it look like there are?
Looks like, let's see, they're about 30 feet long. I gotta whip out a calculator here because I ain't good at that kind of math. All right, so
Okay.
So the way I envision it is we've got 3 people tied to me, and so I'll go down first to the bottom of this chain, or to the bottom of the link, and then I'll grab on, get a good grip, and then the 3 people will come behind me, and they'll just go past me down the next one. They'll all grab on in case I slip, and we'll just sort of loop our way down that
Leapfrog
way.
it.
Yeah, leapfrog. That's a good way to put it.
That sounds like a plan.
If one of you slips and falls, you're gonna just swing like a pendulum into this spiky chain.
It's fine.
Yeah, hopefully not.
It's a future us problem.
Yeah.
It's a real soon future you problem. It's like in a minute future you.
So I'll take the first leg down. an 11. Going very slow.
School.
I think we would, the three of us, if we are all the same like distance from Thranton, would have to go at the same time.
Yeah.
I'll roll.
Hey! Oh,
Oh, nope. You can do it. Go.
yes. Okay. I promise I'm paying attention. I was just trying to troubleshoot a stream thing. What am I rolling? Okay, sorry.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Okay.
I was like, those are the
I
same
am
thing.
so athletic. I will be rolling athletics to show you my muscles as I do this. That'll be an 18. In my rippling muscles.
I'll give myself guidance, and then I can only give it to one person. Might as well be me.
See how
And
it
then
is.
I'm going to attempt
Looking out for
to
number 1.
acrobatics my way down. So that is going to be a.
Just cartwheeling.
So how? So this is like 6 seconds or a minute? How long are these rounds? Okay. It's 20.
What about your bone children?
Oh shh.
Just chuck them.
Oh no!
You just
Boner
strap them to
kids.
Thranton. Just tie him right on him. Or just
Yeah, they
Oh,
have no. They add no
no.
weight to me. They
Yes.
just sort of dangle.
Just put them in a
We
bag.
brought them with us.
They're thrashing around. Mom's not home.
Oh no.
just throw the bones over the side and you'll revive them later.
True.
They're going to attempt to climb down.
Oh, this is gonna be terrible.
Oh no.
Yep. Okay.
take care of them.
They're just
I will
throwing
put it in
femurs
chat.
at people back at the camp.
Yeah, if we had left, they would just have started attacking the townsfolk.
Wow, rude.
You'd think with all that free time on their hands.
You want me to roll for them, or are you going to roll for it? All right.
The fate
So
of
how many
Sam
times
Ladd.
do you want me to roll for them? Okay. Four rolls total or 4 rolls each? Okay. The first one is a nat 20 for a 22.
Wow.
The second one is a 7.
Which one dies?
That
Which one
one's
of your
dead.
son dies?
Is it the Minotaur or
Or Sam Ladd?
The third one is a 9. And the fourth one is a 13. Yeah.
Wait. Yay.
Yep.
His bobblehead.
Clyde, watch out.
I've only climbed down one.
Skeleton. Something like that. He's dead.
Again.
It's 1d6 for 10 per 10 feet, maximum of 20.
Oh, that's handy.
What?
Man, this place sucks.
We hardly knew ye. Does it kick up like a dust cloud when he hits? Like,
Bones. Bone shatter
that's going to be
explosion.
hard to recover. Can you imagine if you were just fighting a battle and all of a sudden a skeleton falls on you from like 200 feet?
From a giant chain that's dragging a town down to hell?
Don't worry about it.
I'm pretty sure they
Let's
got
get
other
better.
things on their mind.
Or it is one of them.
It is hell. Probably rains blood for fun. All right, I came up with an idea once everyone else climbs down the first chain link. Well, I want to wait till everyone gets down to where I'm at.
I think
so
Gilda still has to roll.
So don't fall.
So I'm doing acrobatics because it's a +0 rather than a -1.
Good call.
And I rolled a 15.
Did Maleficus already roll?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I was looking through my bag because these chains are hot, and if it gets hotter as we go down, I wanted something to cover my hands. And I totally forgot that I have this potion of flying. So my idea is, Thranton, if we all tie ourselves to you and you drink this potion of flying and fly us down to the surface.
Like the tail of a kite. I love
I don't
it.
know if I should be offended that I'm being turned into a hot air balloon.
Well, you're the strongest probably.
Oh my god.
It's like a stingray with a tail.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
I don't know how much weight a potion of flying can carry us. I totally forgot I had this thing. But I only have one, so I don't think we can all take a swig.
You have a flying speed equal to your walking speed for 1 hour and can hover.
So we just need to hover down the chains. Yeah, that's all we need. That's all we need. We're gonna glide down to the floor.
All right, so we just need a 4th rope, and you have it. So
All right, I'm gonna tie myself to you
start time, buddy.
for an hour. It won't take us that long. Then you can just fly around for funsies. All right, so a sleight of hand check.
Where's our little tiny flying elephant? I want to be like, I can too.
Summon Lulu.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I rolled a 7 for my knot. But what I really want to do anyway is I want to climb onto Thranton's back as if I'm like he's Falcor. I'm Atreyu.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
And the never ending story will play while we fall.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it sounds
Yeah.
great.
What could happen?
What could possibly go wrong?
I'll tell you what could possibly happen. We get to the surface of Avernus safely.
That's the kind of positive thinking we need right now, and I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
At first, I'm gonna be angry and just be like, I cannot believe. All right, this is fine.
So then I'll pull out the potion and I'll hand it to you and be like, "Ready to go, sir," and I'll slap you on the shoulder.
All right, I'm gonna give all the ropes a little tug just to make sure, and then I'll chug the potion and
Bye.
I'll start to climb down one just because I want to see how buoyant I am, and then
He could fly when he was a child?
so I'm gonna stay where I am, and I'm gonna have the other 3 all climb down to the length of the rope because I don't want them to like jerk the rope. I want them to sort of be taut and then let them swing off.
Okay.
That's a 9.
And I'm
It's a
gonna
9.
while you're waiting for them to climb down, I'm gonna be like hitting you on the shoulder pads and be like, "No, just jump, fly."
How do what's okay? I want to roll a persuasion to tell Clyde to shut up.
9. Oh, sorry.
I've
Gilda, not Naoma.
24.
I rolled a
Come
nat
on,
1
guys.
on my persuasion. I rolled a nat 1.
So I'm definitely still just pounding on your shoulders.
You definitely are.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
Right, are you sure this is a good idea?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Bump
So yeah,
into each other.
you slip and you swing down a bit. The good news is you'd made it far enough that it's not like you aren't just falling the 50 feet that the rope will let you. Yeah, but you do go down about like 10 feet or so and start to swing. And Thranton, this does
I don't like it.
this is gonna yoink you. Like you see them slip. So it's up to you
Mhm.
how you want to deal with do you want to maintain your grip and launch as planned, or what are we doing?
Yeah, for now I want to maintain grip until they're equalized and I know how much weight I'm dealing with.
Okay.
Is
All
that
right.
gonna be a
Yep.
strength
So
save?
that's going to be a strength save to maintain your
save.
grip. Fortunately, it's two of the lighter members of the
I'm
party.
I'm
So
riding you.
yeah, with Clyde on your
18.
back. 18. Okay. All right. So
18.
Gilda and Naoma, you do drop and you do kind of a bit when the rope finally gets tight, but Thranton's got two barbs, and like in the hand, two on the feet, and he's braced, even with Clyde on his back. Maleficus is just where Maleficus was supposed to be in this whole endeavor, just climbed down and is just ready with the rope, slack taken up, ready to go. So you're taking, currently, Thranton, you're holding the full weight of 3 of the party. And with that 18, it's like you feel them. They're there. They're definitely going to be pulling you downward. You're not going to be able to maintain like neutral buoyancy. You are definitely going to sink,
Mhm.
but it doesn't seem to be so bad that you're going to be just like drop like a stone.
Okay, so who else is still holding on?
I think it's just
Just Maleficus at this point.
2 people. So Maleficus. Okay. So I'm gonna yell to Maleficus, "Let go."
I do. I just
I just do it.
I do.
in sickness and in health, I let go.
Okay.
All right.
Very
And then
trusting.
I'm gonna say, Torm, take the reins, and I'm gonna let go.
And I also say, yeah, Torm.
Okay.
And
So
I'm just gonna say wee.
Are we sure about this?
I'm just screaming.
Yeah.
okay.
Which-
So
Yeah.
you guys, so you all let go, and Threaten, you do start just gently going downward. Now, a potential problem arises as you start to drift downward, and you're going not crazy, like probably about featherfall speed, like you're not dropping at a rate where you would probably die. But you do notice that because you guys were only on like the second link down, you haven't made a whole lot of distance forward off the city. So you do note that you are slowly drifting down towards the rear echelon of the Devil Army.
Maybe we should push off.
Yeah. float that way, and I'll point towards the where the battle isn't happening.
Like I don't
my
have
feet.
any. Yeah, I don't have any swimming. I'm gonna need you guys to all swing.
I'll just start like leaning towards that way, and I'll like grab your ears and try and like pull you that way.
Trying to
Swim
do
in
like
that
a Yoshi
direction.
flutter jump.
It's like Yoshi
Yeah.
pedaling his legs.
I am swatting at you now with my free hand.
Oh no, we're gonna break out into a tumble.
Okay. So. And
Wow.
Lulu also sees this happening, and she'll try and like flutter around with her speed, and she'll like Clyde, you feel her like sort of up against your back, pushing you into Thranton and trying to
Pushing us
push
that
this forward, but she's only got so much mass.
Oh no.
I'll just be like, "Good idea, let's push," and I'll just start pushing your head.
So
I
okay.
didn't sign up for any of this.
So Maleficus, when you start trying to do your flutter kick, you do actually notice that you are starting. You're clearly not getting your ideal desired result and pulling everybody forward, but you are starting to swing back and forth a little bit, as though on a swing set.
I try to encourage everyone to follow my lead. And let's see if we can get some leverage forward.
I will follow Maleficus' lead.
So you guys are gonna like swing.
Coordinated kind of swinging going on, yeah.
No,
not even
Naoma's-
one swing
Okay.
from me.
Okay. All right. So I would like.
Naoma's just hanging on for dear
Be a
life.
team player. Come on.
So Gilda and Maleficus, go ahead and just give me a straight D20 roll to determine how much swing you start to get in there.
15.
Okay.
9.
9. Okay.
Someone's better than someone.
Yeah, me.
so
At rolling badly.
you do get a fair amount of swinging going on, and between that, so well, two of you do. Naoma's just kind of hanging down in the middle, just around,
Dead
rope
weight.
around the waist, just kind of hanging there.
Yep.
Like a Pinocchio, just
No, like actively holding on,
but just
terrified.
just sitting. The
No
other two
swinging from me.
do start to get some momentum. It's not an even momentum. Maleficus is swinging a little bit faster than Gilda, so they're kind of like little out of syncopation a little bit.
So you're turning.
So yeah,
slightly to
there
the
is
right.
yeah, you are starting to get a
Beautiful.
bit of an arc to your travel. But
Great. So now we're just slowly rotating in place.
but you are getting a bit of forward momentum now. Like you're still not like if the chain's like doing one of these things, you guys are definitely sort of much more of a parabolic arc downward. You're getting further and further away from the chain as you're getting further from the chain than you are from the city. Your glide ratio ain't great right now. But you are making progress. And after
So we can't.
no, good.
Oh, so we can't reach the chains anymore, like the little barbs.
No, they're out of reach, even with you on Thranton's back, kind of like a piggyback. Even can't quite reach the chains anymore.
Okay.
Can we paint a word picture of this again, just in case?
Yeah, it's
Like, so we've got Thranton,
Because reasons.
who is flying
Yep.
because he has consumed a potion.
mhm.
We've got Clyde on Thranton's back, telling him to giddy up.
Yep.
Naoma straight down,
Everybody.
and then the two of you swinging at opposite intervals.
We're hanging from a rope.
Beautiful.
We're yeah. All right. Yep. Gilda and I are flopping around, trying to give us some forward momentum so we can get on the other end of this demon army. Devil army.
Both.
Yeah,
And
why hasn't Clyde just jumped off to go kill a bunch of them yet?
It's too far.
probably his plan.
I wanted to fly.
Coward.
And Naoma is terrified and having none of this flopping business at the end of the rope.
Think how many demons you could have killed if you just drank the flying potion yourself, Clyde, and then swooped down there and killed a bunch of demons
them
from
out
the
of
sky.
range and like stabbed them in the head.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of you guys.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
I
Quality
wanted us all
that
to
is
get
pretty
there
nice.
together. Now, fly, my friend.
Oh, and also, tiny winged elephant is trying to push
push
Threaten
us.
along.
Trying to push you
get all
guys
of
along.
us.
And I'm definitely like swimming through the air, but just getting no
Just like
nothing's happening.
Like, you get the distinct impression that, yeah, if there wasn't, like, 3 pendulums and a passenger, you probably could, maneuver yourself through the air with pretty good ease. But this definitely ain't that situation. But after probably like 5 minutes of this, of this swinging action, and the swimming and the Napoleon-esque direction from your back, like, you're actually approaching the ground. Now, you've managed to pick up a fair amount of forward momentum, fortunately, so that does clear you past the back of the Devil army. Now,
Yeah.
problem number 2. Problem number 30
Flying
at this
through
point. The dismount. You're coming downward relatively quickly and forward relatively quickly. So those of you down on the end of the ropes, you realize you're going to hit first, no matter what Thranton tries to do. You 3 are going to land before the rest of the group by about 50 feet of rope.
Oh, no.
How would you 3 like to handle that
down.
eventuality?
Slow down. Threaten, slow down.
It's not slowing down.
Slow down.
I'll start
Would like to-
flapping downward to try and slow down.
I would like to get a good grip on the rope and put those leggies out and put the feet out like landing gear and get ready for impact.
I think once we're about 10, like really close, I'm just gonna undo my rope and try and
Drop?
land it.
Whoa.
Well, like 10
Okay.
feet.
Are you gonna
Okay.
try and
Not very
superhero
high.
pose? Hit it with the superhero pose.
Okay.
Break my
Broken
wrist.
knee.
Alright, so Maleficus, you said you were gonna try and keep up and run, and Gilda, you're gonna try and disconnect and stay away from that situation. Naoma, what is your plan?
I am yelling at Thranton to slow down. And then bracing for impact as much as I can while hanging from a rope.
Okay. Alright, so we'll do this in turns. So Maleficus, you get, as the 3 of you, this is gonna happen simultaneously, realistically.
Mhm.
So this will be great. Maleficus, when you are about to touch down, you got the feet going, and you're about to land. So go ahead and give me one more athletics check to try and keep pace and match your RPM with the ground.
No beans, don't fail me now. 16.
16. Okay. So, good news. On your end of things, on your side of the ropes, you actually managed to land and just start running. And you're actually able to keep the rope, a little bit out of slack. So you're able to maintain a good controlled landing. Welcome to Avernus. It's like 80 fucking degrees, dry. The local time is who knows.
Temperature's brisk 120
Awful.
Fahrenheit.
Okay, so Gilda, I would like out of you first, as you try to disengage your rope, I would like a sleight of hand
Oh boy.
to undo one of Maleficus's knots.
Okay. That's an 11.
Okay. So with that, you sort of luckily for you, this was one of Maleficus's good knots. So you're actually able to just find the right end of it and just give it a yoink. And it does come undone about when you planned. So you are still gonna have to land and deal with your momentum. So go ahead and give me an acrobatics to try and stick the landing.
Natural 20.
Oh, that landing is stuck.
So many
Superhero
natural
pose.
It's either superhero pose or like the gymnast landing where you like spark it and pa.
So, flawless. Absolutely flawless. If there was an audience, there would be applause. The French judge would still be happy. Like,
A bunch of devils and demons turn around from
Stop.
the battle and applaud
Aw.
you.
yeah.
Oh.
One of them holds up a card. It's got something written in Infernal, but you think it's a good score.
Which I can read.
So it is a good score.
I can read it.
Now, Naoma. As this happens, to your left, you see Maleficus just running alongside, keeping pace. To your right, you see Gilda detach and land and stick it. You,
Drag on the ground and
Ye-
take full body raspberry.
yeah,
Full body strawberry.
like you land. The upside
Right.
is with the lightening of the load a little bit, it does sort of cushion your landing. But I would like you, but you do just crumple, like parachute crumple, and just get dragged along behind Threnton and Clyde. So
Yep.
you are going to take 4 points of road rash, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Should have worn your helmet.
Someone took the helmet.
I wasn't prepared for it. I would have just found a skull and just
Now,
taken that Minotaur skull and just put it over my head.
There you go.
now, Clyde, you're now. So this has happened. You see behind you, as described. So Naoma's kicking up a bit of a cloud of dust, just getting
Taking
dragged,
drag damage.
sort of anchoring you guys down a little bit, slowing the forward momentum a fair amount. Are you going to ride all the way down, or are you going to try and dismount at some point?
So I'm gonna take one of my swords, cut the rope, stand on Threnton's shoulders, and do like a jump, and then try and like do a roll when I hit the ground.
Okay.
As I notice him starting to like get himself situated and stand up, I want to see if I can do a barrel roll and just spin.
Do a barrel roll.
Okay. So go ahead and give
'Cause he
me.
was poking me in the head
All
and pulling on my ears.
right. So go ahead and give me just a basic attack roll to chop Naoma's rope.
Oh, okay.
They're Naoma and Maleficus. They're all tied to the same point, so you can get both.
Well, I'm just cutting the one I'm attached to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're tied on. Okay, so if that's the
Yeah.
case, that's fine. You don't need to roll an attack. You can just slice
Okay.
that. And so, yeah, as this is happening, I would like you to make me a dexterity save first, as you notice that Thranton is starting to just do that roll.
Starting to do
Like Thranton
Roll.
now like unencumbered by at least 2 people, you're actually starting to feel some of that freedom of that flying potion.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
experience it.
Yeah.
I want to live like Lulu.
I get an 18.
An 18. Okay. So about like a quarter of the way through the turn, when you're starting to get parallel to the parallel to the ground, you are able to
Never given me
dismount.
those dice.
All right. So before I jump off, I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder one last time and be like, "We did it, buddy." And then I'm
gonna
off.
leap off. Now give me an
Yeah.
acrobatics for that leap.
Okay.
See how well you stick your landing.
26.
Okay, so yeah, you land exactly as you intend. So
Sweet.
any particular way you wanna stick that landing?
Well, I want to roll when I hit the ground like I intended, and then just kind of like stand up. That's
Okay.
it.
All right, solid. Yep. No issues, no fall damage. You're good to go. So yeah, now Thranton, you have basically the full faculties of flight. Yeah, you have your full flying speed equal to your
Am
other
I
speed.
still dragging Naoma behind me?
You are. Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna,
you
I'm
are
gonna
in
reach
control.
down to that
Yeah.
rope, and I'm just gonna pull it up about 5 feet.
Okay, so yeah, Naoma, you're not
It's like,
you're skimming the ground now, but you're not dragging anymore.
Like now you're water skiing at this point. On stage.
I think the best part is Thranton at this point could just stop, but now we're doing this.
This is way more fun.
It is. I love it.
Yep.
So how do you
I'm
deal
just
with
like-
that?
Feet like picked up, like just hanging on still for dear life.
You're
Don't know
water
how to
skiing
deal with the
behind
speed.
Yep.
a hot air balloon.
Yep. Maleficus still jogging behind, just next to you now, like.
Left.
And
But yeah, I will. I've seen birds come into like fly into a lake.
mhm.
So I'm gonna try and do one of those maneuvers and just sort of slowly just and then as I get down, I'll do the like transformer thing where I just sort of like boop and then pop down on my feet.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and you're able to do that without any difficulty. You're able to just alight as you choose. Maleficus, you can choose to stop running whenever. Naoma, you're just sort of eventually
I
pop
feel
on
like
the
the
ground
momentum
again.
of Naoma would get Naoma pretty close to me. And then I would like to turn around and lay on hands for 4 health and say, that went great.
I never want to do that ever again.
Reiterate with
gonna
a
get to do
second
this again?
pat. That was great.
Job.
And yeah, so Thranton, for the rest of the hour, you've really only spent about 6-7 minutes flying. You do still
You just
have the
fly
full
around.
effects of that potion, so do with that as you will. But
Excellent.
legit, welcome to Avernus.
Oh
We did it.
Yep.
We
That's-
made it.
It's never supposed to go there, but it is. And let's see if this does this. There. And as
I
you
want to
guys,
taste the dirt.
oh yeah, so go ahead. Anyone who would like to taste the dirt, please do. Go ahead. So are you gonna like scoop up some and give it a lick, or are you just gonna tongue right on the ground?
I'm just gonna like get a little bit on my finger and like tap it on my tongue.
Okay. Okay. So
See him
yeah.
do this and I bottle some.
I meant to put up a prediction thing here, but yeah, it is salty, like sulfurous. You get that. You get a definite tang of that sulfur, that brimstone. And as you look, it's sand and dirt and hard rocks, but it also looks like there's a fair amount of like fragments of bone and toenails and teeth, like almost like like normal dirt's made out of like rotting plant material and rocks and things that are just slowly decomposing and grinding. It looks like the earth of this place may be made of the dead.
I spit it back out. Pull out my flask of water and wash out my face.
Cool.
That
But-
good, huh?
But when you guys look behind
Just-
you,
Just shake my head and spit the water out.
that's the scene that you recently just descended from.
Oh.
So you see the various chains coming down and tethering the city, all of the big monoliths that are holding the chains, the actual city of
doing it?
Elturel itself, and then the companion corrupted up top, just sort of glowing and zapping lightning down upon the city periodically.
Is the giant crack in the city actually there, or is that just in the picture?
That used to be where the river was. So yeah, that
Mm.
crack's definitely there.
Uh,
Like there's a little bit
So
of
that
bedrock
part of the
underneath it, but yeah.
a big part of that land is just held together by what was under the river and the bridge.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that's what you got to save.
It'll be
No
fine.
pressure.
Yep, no pressure. NBD. NBD. And with that, I think this is a good spot to take a break. So we will be back in just a couple minutes, and we will pick up on the surface of Avernus. So be right back. Hello, and we're back. So the party made it to hell officially, like not just floating above it. They're
Yay.
like on it now. They're now on the surface of Avernus. And
Go
No
team.
more teasing. We're actually in hell.
actually in hell. And Lulu will sort of buzz around you guys now that you're on the surface, and she'll be like, "Yeah, this that way," and she'll point with her trunk off towards where she thinks Fort Knucklebone is in the most direct direction. Like that's where I met the bird men? No. Yeah, bird dudes. Yeah, them. Yeah, that way. Yeah.
I
but
stopped
she'll
walking in that
she'll
direction.
just hover around you guys.
Yeah, how close are we to this demonic army or devilish army that's behind us?
Relatively close. You're maybe
100 feet?
100 yards away, 300 feet. So, like, if they want to, they can obviously see you. This is a pretty flat plain, so there's not a lot of cover, so to speak. But they are very preoccupied with the demonic host ahead of them, so nobody seems to be approaching your direction.
Okay.
How easy would it be to stealth on
It's
this flat land?
It'd be difficult.
I'm gonna sort of point back to the fight that's happening behind us and say, well, we want to get away from that. And Lewis said go this way, so we're gonna go that way. And I'm gonna start like hopping along like Neil Armstrong on the moon, and just off I go.
I mean, you could just fly.
Nope, I want to do the hop.
I'm gonna take a quick look around and see if I can.
We already have a flying elephant. That's not even novel anymore.
He needs two flying
I'm gonna see if I can
elephants.
spot any of Sam Ladd's remains.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
That's right.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That is a 23.
Okay. So yeah, having seen him fall, like you saw the landing site, the crash site, as it were, you got a little disoriented with your drag, but you were like almost like there was like you got a compass. You're like there. So it is basically dead under the chain. A little closer to the demon army than you are now. It's maybe about 100 feet closer. So you would have to approach the demon army, but it's not. He's not like right at the back ranks. There is still a little distance, but
Everyone is headed off in the other direction. I will just say a quick apology and then turn around and walk with everyone else. Follow the giant moonwalking elephant.
And real question, because I honestly forgot, like, where did the name Sam Ladd come from anyway?
Random name generator.
Okay.
FantasyNameGenerator.com.
Okay.
Sam
Right.
Ladd.
This is an advertisement.
Hashtag not sponsored.
We need a sponsorship.
Yeah, we do. I would love a sponsorship. But yeah,
FantasyNameGenerator.com. Looking at you.
looking at you. I don't know if you can sponsor anybody. If you're just kind of a bot out there, but I like you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
At us if you ever use it.
So you can certainly start your trek. It's flat. The ground is hard. So it's not. In general, it's not tough going. As far as just walking. So what sort of pace would you like to set? Oregon Trail style, like grueling pace, leisurely pace, somewhere in the betweensies.
Quick enough to get away from the battle that's happening.
Yeah, once we're away from the battle, we could stop the grueling and just sort of, from 1 to 100, maybe like a 40.
Okay. I like it.
That way we can sort of, like, I know it's a big flat plane, but we can still sort of keep our eyes open for things, and we don't get caught off guard.
Okay.
Agreed.
Let's see where. Just looking at a map here, trying to see. Now, one of the best parts about Avernus is that, like you guys saw, even up in Elturel, time's a little bit subjective. Distance also seems to be a bit subjective, which is always lovely. Let's see. I don't even think Fort Knucklebone's on this map. Might not be. It's totally
Did
fine.
you make it up? You made it up.
No, I didn't make it up. No, I'm actually quite excited for you guys to get there, but it's going to take a minute for you to get there. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to say you guys are able to make some distance between the demon and devil battle and yourselves and get a good steady walk going. And after an hour or so's good hard march, you slow down to a more normal pace. Nobody seems to be following you. No, you do see in the sky there are devils just sort of flying off far in the distance, just creatures, things. Like, this is a hellscape in every
So,
sense of the word. Mm-hmm.
Is Avernus more geared towards devils?
Yes.
Avernus is devils, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The demons
Sometime
are.
during this.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
different-
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, sometime during this, I will use my new Mask of Many Faces to just be a devil,
Okay. Awesome.
and that will last for an hour.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to get caught.
Do you
Now-
alert any of us that this is happening?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
Like, I'm gonna change how I look. Don't be startled.
Because we have a happy beheading type of guy who might.
Yeah, I know. That is why I alert people.
Okay.
Don't be alarmed. It's just me. I keep my goggles on my head so they know it's me.
All right. So, amidst the party where Gilda once was, there's now a devil wearing goggles. It's looking for all intents and purposes like
one of
she
those
belongs there.
goggled devils.
Yeah, you got your bearded devils, your spine devils. The goggle devil is a very particular breed of devil.
They're from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Did I see her change?
I mean, I alerted everybody
Oh,
before I
right.
changed.
Fair
I
enough.
was like, I'm just gonna go incognito for a while.
I'm changing. Don't look.
Now, when you do that, is it sort of a like when you cast the spell? Is it sort of like an instant like I am now a devil, or is there some sort of transformation that takes place?
It's like a scene wipe.
I imagine it would be something ridiculous like Cinderella a bit, only into a devil.
Star Trek teleporter.
So
Sailor
yeah,
Moon.
there's some
Sailor
there's
Moon.
Sailor Moon.
there's some shimmering and maybe you spin a bit, but then it's a devil.
It sparkles
There's like
and then
there's like a hint that you're naked for a second, but the light won't show anything.
And it shows you transforming into a magical girl, and then after the light fades,
it's like
you're just
You're just a devil.
I was gonna say you turn your silhouette, like the silhouette makes you look like a magical girl, and then you
Yeah.
turn You're just a devil.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
animation's always the same. The results very different.
Yeah, just
We
like
need one of our animation viewers to make this happen.
yeah, they're like, oh wow, this is gonna be really oh like
Oh,
well,
oh.
the image is complete.
I'm feeling very confused. My
I
emotions.
just pet him on the head with my new devil head. It's okay.
It's okay to have these feelings.
He's like,
I'd pull my goggles down and just start walking.
Didn't see it. Didn't see it.
As you guys walk, like when you put the goggles down, you do actually realize that it does actually give some relief to your eyes. Like the air is hot
oh,
and dry and dusty, and there's like an almost constant swirl of like a hot breeze just coming from whatever direction it feels like, just always kicking dust up into your face and into your noses and ears. It's just
Sweet.
and
sweaty breeze.
yeah,
They've
it's
been laughing at me about my goggles for years. Who's
and
laughing now?
and everything is just like especially made worse by the fact that you remember what you think that the dust is made of. Like, yeah, there we go. The transformation's complete.
Shouldn't I try to put this on over my headphones?
Mostly works. But so it's like deeply unpleasant the whole way through. And thirst is definitely a concern as you start walking, and as after you've been walking for at least an hour, it's you're all a little bit parched.
Oh, I have all this holy water.
I'll drink some of it. Got gallons of it.
Yeah. I probably didn't use all, however many. Was it 8 gallons?
No, yeah, you didn't use
Just
it
a lot of
all.
gallons.
Yeah, you didn't use. You probably used maybe about half of it in the ritual, more than you planned, but you know, not all of it.
Yeah, but I still got 4 gallons.
What happens? What happens if we like drip some on the ground here? What happens?
That's what we established. We're going to set up camp, and we're just going to rehydrate Avernus.
Foot by foot.
Set up a
Make
distillery.
it moist.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happens when you add water to Avernus?
Bring the moisture.
Do you test this hypothesis?
Yeah, I mean, if she's seriously letting us drink her holy water, I'll drink some of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's still
Might
water.
stop us from being corrupted.
Yeah, it is still water.
I share my water because
And then I'll drip a little on the ground, see what happens.
Okay. So yeah,
Oh
you
no,
can,
an accident.
so yeah, you can drink it without any ill effects. It's totally fine. Still just clear, good water. And yeah, and when you pour a little out for your homies, it ends up it hits the ground and it hisses and boils away. But it does leave like just almost like a scorch on the ground, just like almost like you lit a small fire where the water splashed onto the Avernus soil.
Toenails are nice, shiny, painted toenails now.
A rainbow.
It's beautiful. It's still disgusting.
Yep.
So yeah, I share my water with everybody who needs it.
Okay.
Yeah, I will gladly take and drink some holy water. Generic holy water.
It's a good test to see if we're all ourselves. So I take a big swig.
Store brand. It's fine.
See?
Yeah, you see a devil take that alchemy jug and take a good old swig of holy water. No ill effects.
I just came up with an idea. If we run
Yeah.
into any devils down here, you can just trick them into drinking this holy water.
Thought you were gonna say we can spit on them.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
could do that too.
I hold
Just
water tears.
Hold it in your mouth while we walk around.
What we need is a water gun.
Cause yeah, that
Super soaker.
like hold it in your mouth and trick that really only works once. They'll see it coming the second time.
Yeah, it's those people who do that thing. Gross.
They spit on you.
Did you see what they did to Jeff? Melted him with that.
With their spit.
You're like those dinosaurs.
The Dilophosaurus.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Very good.
Anyway,
Let's see.
are we making camp?
So let's
Or are
see.
we-
It
we're done?
takes you guys about another hour and a half of walking, but you do start to see on the horizon. You do start to see a shape sort of coming up over the hills. I'm gonna open up this window again. It's gonna pop up on stream again, and I'm gonna get real annoyed by that fact for just a half second. But as you walk, you start to see this sort of slowly come into view, like this sort of hand-shaped
I get it.
mesa. Yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
It's the knuckles.
Huh. I like
I
it.
understand.
And when that comes into view, Lulu like kind of starts flying around even faster. It's like, that's it. The finger building. Fort Knuckle butt.
At the
Bones?
bone.
Or
Yeah.
knucklehead.
Yeah, Fort
Doesn't
Knucklehead.
really look like a knuckles to me. That's a fort?
Fort Knucklehead. Love
It's
it.
like just a bunch of rocks.
Fort Nux.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Maybe it's an angle thing, a height thing.
Yeah, from the bottom it really doesn't look like it. Like from the
It's a thing. It's a knuckles. What's the thing?
I guess I can see Knuckles, but I don't see much of a fort.
It's true.
What are those metal things? Do we see that? Are those the fighting demons and devils?
it's a little bit hard to see from this far back, but as you get closer, as you continue your walk forward, this actually is sort of a wall. And as you get
I'm not climbing that.
as you get close, because it only takes you about another, like, again, distance and time are weird here. And it actually, now that you have it in sight, it gets closer a lot faster than you expected with your walk. So after not too long, you see that this is like an enormous wall made out of scrap metal. Like, you see like bits of old weapons and like just junk. And there is a gate tower that sort of marks what may be an entrance.
I guess we make our way to the gate tower then. Does anyone else see a way around this thing?
I
It
mean,
seems to be a really only option unless we want to try and climb over. Wait,
I
strap
could
on, boys.
investigate.
Oh, but it's been over an hour.
it's probably been an hour at this point. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
it's
been
been like
traveling.
2 hours. Of
Yeah,
walking.
probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
times
so
can I use my mask?
just a note, because I didn't know exactly what time I was doing the Moon Man walk,
Mhm.
bouncing, and then it just ended, and I just face planted
Yep.
because
Yeah,
I
It
just lost my footing.
it just wears off suddenly, like an alarm going off, and then you're
Oh,
back
so
to.
I can cast Disguise Self at will now.
Oh. Sick.
Because I have my mask of many faces. So I put it back on.
That's awesome.
Did you want me to go look closer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's probably our best bet.
What if maybe you could pretend that we're your prisoners and you're bringing us into Knuckle Land?
Didn't we
Yeah,
try that before?
Do we know what this Fort Knucklebones is? Is it like an actual fort, or is it just a pile of rocks?
Unclear. Lulu, you said you've met two birds? Things that are here before. Do you know if they hate demons or devils?
I don't remember. I don't think they like demons and devils.
Oh.
But I know they weren't the only ones who lived there. I don't remember who else though. I remember the birds.
That is very helpful.
So there's a place in hell that doesn't like the inhabitants of hell?
Well, that's what I'm worried about, because why else would they build this giant wall? If not to keep the other inhabitants out.
Wouldn't it just be to keep those devils out in case they win the battle over there?
Maybe.
Or demons?
Lulu, has this wall been here? Was this the wall here the last time you were here?
I think so. I remember a lot of scrap metal.
So it's not
I think so.
new.
Weird.
Well,
I think the disguise is, well, can we get someone close enough to see who's on the inside and then have Gilda disguise themselves to match that?
Yeah. I'm down.
Okay, I'll stealth.
Alrighty.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's a fail. So you try and
loud.
Yeah. How does describe for me your failure?
Describe your failure to me. Well, I'll probably like try and get as close to the scrap wall as I can, and like kind of like sneak my way alongside it towards the gate tower. But I'll probably bump into some scrap metal and knock it over or something.
Okay. So yeah, as you're trying your infiltration, up from the top of this like ramshackle gatehouse, you'll see this head pop over, wearing a red hat, little red cap, that looks like literally an insane garden gnome. Like just a garden gnome on meth.
I'm never leaving Avernus. This is amazing.
Amazing.
Like, and it'll yell down at you guys and just be like,
I'm so excited.
"What's the password?" Yeah, blue guy. What's the password?
We hate devils.
Nope, not it. And you just hear from up above like a bunch of laughing, like a bunch of like creepy little laughing.
I love them.
Okay. How far did I get before they spotted me?
Not too far.
So can they see the rest of the party behind me too?
Yes. And they'll look
Perfect
and they'll
execution.
point and be like, "Little Lion Man, what's the password? You gotta know it."
Who do they point at?
They'll point at Maleficus.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Well, I puff out my chest and look real important, and I say, "Friend, don't you recognize us? Who needs passwords when you're us?"
And I'll point to him and be like,
No, that's not it. That's too long. As your superior, I would encourage you to let us through. You aren't my dad. Anyone else? What's the password? What about that one? And he'll just be gesturing like this at all of you.
I would like to. Okay. Can I try and persuade? I would like to do a persuasion and say, well, you and I both know that the password is Hellion.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a roll for that.
Nat 20 plus 5, 25.
Wow. We're on fire
Nice.
tonight with those nat 20s.
Yeah, you guys really are. So up at the top, you hear more laughter, more creepy like chittering and laughing, and they'll just be like, "That's a good one for tomorrow," but no, that's not it either. There ain't no password.
I'll
There's no.
follow up with, let me see your supervisor.
Go to speak with your manager.
and they'll
That's the password I was given.
and they'll just start even more laughing, and you can hear a couple of there must be half a dozen up there, and you can hear a couple of them going like, "Karen, Karen!" But the one that'll lean over, the one that's been mostly talking to you guys, and be like, "There's no password. There's never been a password. There's never gonna be a password. Yeah, screw it. Go ahead." And the gates, the rusty, ramshackle gates that look like they're made of just corrugated metal and just every post-apocalyptic thing you can ever imagine, just creak a bit and then just slam open. And
I look over at Threat and I'm like, I'm surprised that worked.
I'll whisper, I'm not, and I'll just start walking with a purpose. I'll pick up my ladder and walk with a purpose.
Amazing.
And as you step inside, the area enclosed by the rampart with the big, knuckle-ish fingered stone outcropping in the middle, it's littered with trash and mechanical parts that look like they might be vehicles, maybe. And there's
As we walk past them, can I just dig through casually?
Yeah.
Dig through the trash.
Yeah, you
Looting
certainly
through the
can. Yeah,
garbage.
go ahead. Yeah, you're trying to do this low key.
Might be useful things. Yeah.
Let's say. All right, so go ahead. Give me a stealth or a sleight of hand.
Well, they are both zeros, so. Oh, 16.
16. Okay. So yeah, as you're going
For
through,
either.
as you're going through, you can you lean over and you can yoink a gear and take a lever, just little bits of mechanical parts. And as you go by at least one of these piles with wheels, you do see it's no, that's actually some kind of car. for lack of a better word. Like it's some sort of land vehicle with wheels, and it looks like it's got some sort of power plant inside, and it's like this is
Wait, do cars exist in this world?
on the
Do you know
surface.
what a car is?
No. I mean, you're familiar with things like carriages and carts and all that sort of stuff. So it
Yeah.
does have a general resemblance to some sort of like armored
But it's got-
cart, but different.
I take a mental note.
Too bad we don't have any horses.
And there's like, in addition to that, there's like sheds and shacks that are just kind of dotted around. And you see just kind of running around looking like feral garden gnomes. You see a bunch of these like, like gnomes on crack. Just kind of running around. Some of them like definitely like they all look weird on their own. Like that on its own is a whole thing. But there are some you see not quite socializing with the others where their red hats are like dripping with some kind of goo that it looks like they dipped
Ooh.
their hats in some sort of goo or ichor or blood or something and just slap the hat back on their head, and they look even
As one does.
creepier and stranger than the already creepy strange gnomes.
I don't like it.
What are we doing here again?
Yeah, I'm gonna be sticking very closely behind Threnton.
Why did
And
we want to come here?
and from up above you, Lulu
This is
will
where we think the
yell
sword is.
birds, the bird boys, and like as you come around one of these sheds, you do see a pair of Kenku sitting, working on one of these vehicles, like with wrenches and hammers, and they're just like squawking and making various assorted noises and sounds at each other as they work. And they'll turn and see the party and Lulu.
When Lulu yells birds, I'm gonna reach behind me and tap Naoma and give her a warning bond.
I'm immediately just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I have now
Shield at the
taken the
ready.
mask off just for reference.
Okay, so you're no
'Cause I
longer
don't
a
need to be
devil.
right now.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, shield at the ready, giving Naoma warning bond, because this is anytime I get startled, I immediately try to buff up and get ready. So
Ooh.
All right. So as you approach, the shorter of the two Kenku will turn and like wave over to you guys and like wave you towards them, and like almost like a weird broken radio, like various voices will come out of this bird's mouth. Like starting with like the first part's like, "Wow, what a deal! Patience is a virtue. Can't keep the boss waiting." And like just like different
love
voices entirely, but he's clearly like beckoning you this way, and he like sort of jogs off into one of the trash shacks that are around here and disappears in there for a sec. And yeah, the other Kenku will stay there, will stay out by the vehicle, and yeah, you can approach the other Kenku. And he'll same sort of thing. He'll like open his mouth and talk like he's making the sounds, but it's not quite coming out. And he'll just yeah, and it's just like, "Hello, what can I help you with today?" Like,
I'm sorry.
That's right. Kenku don't have their own voices. They just mimic what they hear.
That's right.
you cracked the code. Figured it out.
We're looking for the sword, right? Is that what we're looking for? No.
Yes.
Okay. I get confused with swords and helmets and all these things that we need. Have I met a Kenku before?
I don't know.
Probably.
Have you? They're
I don't
not
know.
crazy common in the Forgotten Realms, but they're around. Like they usually don't stay in one place for any crazy amount of time because everybody thinks they're thieves and cheats. But you've probably run into one at least once.
Yeah. I mean, I run a shop too, so I wave enthusiastically, like, hello.
Do you recognize our friend here? And I'll gesture over to Lulu.
and it'll just be like in a lady's voice, be like, "Oh yes, we go way back."
I love that.
This is incredible.
I'm so distracted by how cute they are. Thank you. Go ahead.
Does Lulu recognize them?
Yeah, and she'll.
Are these the birds?
Yeah, she'll flutter down and she'll just be like, yeah, Clonk, you're Clonk, and the Kenku will be like in a jumble of voices, just put together a sentence like, yeah, I'm Clonk. It's like a little kid's voice saying clonk, and then and when he says clonk, he's making the sound like it's a clonking sound, like a hammer hitting a like a hunk of metal or rock or something. But he'll be like, yeah, I'm clonk.
Okay.
And after a minute, the other Kenku will come back out of the little shack, and it'll be walking up next to a tall creature wearing like a tattered dress, shift robe situation, and it's like covered in mud and blood, and mold, and who knows, who wants to know. And this is definitely like some sort of hag. Like her eyes kind of move independently of each other. She's got straggly brown hair. And resting on each shoulder are a pair of ravens, like actual ravens, not baby Kenku. And she'll walk,
adorable,
and she'll walk up, and in that she'll walk up, and she'll just be like, "Well, what have my red caps brought in here today? My goodness, what brought you to Mad Mackey's Fort Knucklebone?"
It has a fan.
Met Mad Maggie before.
I said in chat in all caps, if this is Mad Maggie, I'm gonna piss myself.
So you should go clean up then.
We're gonna go on another break.
Someone
Sorry,
needs
I've got a
solutions.
soda bottle. I'll handle it.
And she'll look at the party, and then she'll be like, "Oh my goodness, Lulu, you're back!"
So you've met.
Oh yes. Oh, I remember Lulu. Oh yes. And everything about this woman is creepy as hell. And she'll just she'll be like, "Oh yeah, no, I remember. Lulu is tied inextricably to one of my favorite people. I mean,
Oh.
well, most people I'm most interested in. I don't know about favorite, I guess, but most interested in. The Archdevil Zariel."
I have some people like that.
I was just about to ask. That's who that was.
And she'll look at you, Gilda, when you say, "I know people like that," and be like, "I'm sure you do, sweetie."
I
Uh,
I'm gonna back up and hide behind Threnton. I stealth.
Nope. I still.
I got a
I-
12.
Clyde is
Okay.
just like, no.
So
Okay.
I don't have history, but can I do a history check to see if I've heard of Mad Maggie before?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Okay, come here. Let's do this. 16.
16. Okay. So you haven't really specifically, the name Mad Maggie doesn't ring a huge bell, but you do know, like what you know about hags is that they are usually incredibly self-serving to the point where like they don't have allegiance to anybody. They're always looking out for number one. So the chances that
Confused.
Maggie is tied in, like, in servitude to somebody else is pretty unlikely. So it seems like she may just be interested in, like, because, and the other thing you know about hags, when something catches their interest, that's generally not good for whatever they're interested in, at least among mortals anyway.
Good.
I'll poke my head out from behind Thran.
It's
And be
just
like,
like a bunch of
how
people
do you mean
hiding
that-
behind Thran.
Yeah. It's like one of those.
I'm not-
Is it a bodhisattva where, like, with all the arms, except it's just a bunch of heads coming out from Thran? Like, poke my head out, just be like, what do you mean by like tied to Zariel? In what way?
Well, to be real honest, I don't know all the details, but since the last time Lulu was here, have found out how to find out. I got a little ritual that I can do back up in my house back here that will be able to delve into that sweet little elephant's memories and really dig in. But I know that Lulu here used to be a companion of the Archangel Zariel way back in the day.
What would? Sorry, I haven't introduced myself. I am Naoma. My companions and I are traveling with Lulu here. I think to find you to stop. And I'll turn around and can we still see the city behind us?
Yeah, you can still see the Elturel just kind of up there. It's a little hard to make out the city itself, but you definitely see the companion, the orb, up above it.
I'll turn around and gesture to it and be like, and stop this whole situation for the people that are in it. So I don't know if this ritual is what we need or not,
Might help.
but what does it involve? Because it makes me a little nervous, to be honest.
I don't know why. I don't know why that would make you nervous, but what brought me here to Avernus years ago was the fall of an archangel and turning them into an archdevil. That intrigued me something fierce. And I have collected all sorts of bits and bobs and things sort of related to Zariel, and I almost collected Lulu once, but little scamp, she got away from me. Almost killed me. I don't hold any grudges, I'm just interested. And this ritual, we would have to get Lulu inside. I'll ask permission this time. But,
That's very nice of you.
and I think in exchange, if y'all were willing to help me gather more bits and bobs related to Zariel or more of her story and sort of, I mean, what we can dig out of this sweet little pachyderm's brain is gonna be almost prize enough for me. But if we could find some artifacts or maybe a bone from Zariel, I would dearly love that. And now my boys here, and she'll gesture at the army of red caps running around, just doing whatever the hell they want. Like, they're handy and all, but they're not particularly good at staying on task. So
I'm gonna step out from behind Threaten with my hand raised and be like, "Excuse me.
Yeah.
Did you say a bone of Zario?"
I mean, if you find one, I think they're all still inside her, but things change.
Oh, I was gonna say, is Zario dead?
Things
But
change.
I mean, we
taking it
could.
as no.
Oh no, she's still very much alive, large and in charge.
Okay.
Ah.
Well, we
It
can't
does make
promise a
things
bone.
difficult.
Yeah.
How
So
large?
I'm gonna step back behind Threaten again.
Just like popping out of either side.
Yeah.
It's like how large?
Oh,
A bone?
let's see.
No, she Miss Maggie over here had mentioned that Zariel was large and in charge. I just want to know how large.
Ah,
Are we
Oh.
talking like 7 feet, 10 feet?
40 feet?
Oh, she's.
Is this Knuckle her hand?
No, this is one of Bell's creations. He's sort of, he used to run the place before Zariel showed up and did her thing. He's still around. This was one of his little forts.
Overthrow her?
Oh yes. Oh yeah, no, she overthrew him. Like Asmodeus had something to do with it. Like this is all fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. But now Zarya, last I laid eyes on her from afar, I might add, she was maybe 15 feet tall.
Hmm.
Alabaster
So not
skin,
40.
wings of flame. It was glorious.
Great.
Cool.
I think we need to talk to somebody else.
Nah. Well, I mean, you certainly can. However, like I said, if you're willing to help me out.
Wait, no, I whispered that. I whispered that to Naoma.
See, what is...
I'm inclined to agree with you. I don't know if we have any other options though.
I'll turn to you guys and say, like, this seems fine.
So if we, what were the other options other than a bone?
Oh, whatever you find. Like, I mean,
She just wants stuff.
I heard you mention a sword.
I can
If you could get me that sword, I would lose my shit. But
hold on.
But
we
we
I
didn't
mean-
need
sword.
it.
but like
We
when
need that sword.
you're done with it, what you gonna do with an Archangel's sword after? It would look lovely in my collection. But if you find something else, like again, a bone, or maybe a piece of armor, a feather, some artifact of hers, anything at all, I would be deeply indebted to you. And I am willing, if you maybe help out around my house while I set up this ritual, I would certainly pay the favor forward. I've collected a great many things during my time here in Avernus. I have a small fleet of hellish vehicles here. They would certainly speed you along the way on these dusty toenail sands of Avernus. Save those cute little feet of yours.
What's the ritual we're doing?
We're just gonna go into Lulu's brain and search for a memory.
Mm-hmm. As you can see, I'm
Okay.
sure she's
So-
been a great trove of information so far, but just imagine what she remembers. Like, if we can...
Is this gonna kill Lulu?
I hope not. She says with a little bit, a weird level of eagerness.
Insight check.
Okay.
21.
21. Okay. She honestly does, like, I don't know if she would lose any sleep if Lulu died, but she does honestly seem to believe that Lulu being alive is more useful.
Okay.
So I thought you were gonna have the sword. I thought that's why we were here.
I mean, if you can get it for me, I'd love that. I don't know what the hell you need to do to get that business back up where it came from. And she'll point
Here's a
over
question.
at the thing, but yeah.
Do you know where it is?
Oh, the sword? No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, I don't know. If I did, I'd already have it.
You know where
That
Zariel
makes
usually
sense.
is?
Oh, Zarya herself,
Sorry to interrupt.
she lives. It's well, it's kind of hidden. It's kind of. She has her own chained palace. That it honestly, one of the advantages of living here in Avernus and running the damn place is that you can put your home wherever you want it, whenever you want it. So she moves around wherever she's needed, wherever her focus is demanded. I'm honestly kind of surprised she didn't show up when that thing pointing back at Elturel. I'm surprised that wasn't where her focus was when that got dragged down here about a week and a half ago.
So she might just appear
Wait.
up there.
Wait, a week and a half ago.
How long ago?
A week and a half. I'm sure it
No,
seems.
that's not right.
Oh, what? Why do you say that?
Because we've only slept like twice. It's been like 3 days.
I'm sure it seems that way. Especially up there still. I mean, that place hasn't fully assimilated into Avernus, but time's a bitch down here.
When you're right, you're right.
How do you measure the passing of time down here?
Oh, with a watch, my friend. And she'll open like part of her robe, and she'll have that line of like stolen and broken Rolexes and like pocket watches and stuff. And like, as one of many things I'm happy to sell. Girl's got to make a business. She's got to make a buck down here. And
I'm
she'll
good.
I
close
imagine
that.
it's kind of difficult.
Oh, it's actually really surprising. I'm not the only person down here making $1 off of the souls of the dead. Devils, they do love to make them a deal. And there are always those
They
poor
do.
souls who somehow manage to find their way down here before their time, like yourselves. So there's always people running around. There's like somebody tried to set up a franchise off that way. They're down here. There's like a wandering emporium around, some tiger man doing his thing. Like there's the warlords. There's always the
Tiger.
warlords running around doing their shit. Occasionally wrecking my vehicles. Gotta punch him in the dick to get him back in line.
What?
I like her.
Warlords? Are we at risk of running into some of these warlords?
Oh, probably. Have you ever
Any
seen
tips?
the film Mad Max?
What's a film?
What's a film?
It's like a play, kinda. I don't know. Oh, they might not have those where you're from. Interplanar travel, it's always fun. But bunch of crazy ass people ride around on infernal vehicles, much like the ones I've got here. And they tear across the wasteland, fighting each other, killing their way across the wastelands. That's great fun, but I decided to settle down, make more money this way. Fine, and it's easier to keep all my trinkets in one place.
If this person thinks they're crazy, they've got to be real crazy.
Oh yes.
That is good observation.
I'm gonna walk over to Gilder and just lean in and be like, "Do you happen to have one of those watch things?"
No.
Okay,
Should
just
I-
wanted to check.
Should I trade for it?
I just figured if anyone here had one, it might be you.
No.
Okay. And then I'll just like scurry back over behind Thranton. Yeah.
I'll speak up and look at Lulu and be like, so one thing we haven't really addressed is, Lulu, how do you feel about Madam Maggie going through your head? Is that something you're good with?
She'll kind of bob up and down for a minute and be like, well, I don't remember Maggie, but she remembers me, and I mean, I'd like to remember anything. So, yeah. If anything I remember can help Elturel and all those people, then I want to do it.
Oh. What a little trooper.
Okay, and then I'll look at Mad Maggie, and I'll continue to address her as Madam Maggie, and say, all right, well, it sounds like this is the only way we're going to be able to figure out where the sword is and figure out Lulu's memories. So I think we're in. I just wanted to make sure you just want in payment some kind of fancy artifact, right?
Oh, whatever. Yeah, whatever you can get. Anything, like, especially if you got like something she signed, or that sword, or a bone. I would love anything like
She's
that.
a fan.
Is it just stuff from Zariel that you want?
Well, I mean,
So Zariel artifacts.
I am a businesswoman. I can wheel and deal and trade and all that sort of stuff. So I mean, if you find anything that's you find of value, if you think that I might find a value that you're not too worried about parting with, then I could always certainly do something with it. All of the devils are interesting.
Right.
Like, I'm interested in Belle as well. That poor bastard getting dethroned by my favorite girl, Zariel. Like, that's interesting too.
I kind of eyeball Thranton's shield like,
Yeah, I'm going to hold out the shield and I'm going to say to the shield, do you want a new home?
And in your head, it'll be like, well, I realize my accent
Well.
sounds somewhat similar to hers, but you know, it's been fun.
Well, you're not going to get a new home. And I'll just
But-
turn back to Mad Maggie and start talking to her again.
Oh, wait, son of a bitch. And just clunk right on the back.
It's so mean to the shield. Oh my god.
My internet. Oh no.
Oh,
Am I back?
we have some coins.
Coins, you say?
Yeah. Do you like coins that say "In Mammon We Trust"?
Oh, those are great. Soul coins are just... Those are as great as gold is down here. Soul coins are the real legal tender. They have so many uses. So many uses. They're
Wait.
so fun.
Soul coins? Are they actual souls?
Oh, yes, my friend. Each one of those has the soul of a damned mortal being inside it. They're not using it anymore.
Okay. What happens if we die down here? If we're mortal?
Oh, well, you would come back.
You just die.
Yeah, you would die, and I mean, depending on your actions in life. You may be lucky enough to ascend to the higher planes, but chances are, if you made it down here in the first place, you may be stuck down here for all eternity, whipped to death by devils. So, it's hard to say. I haven't known you that long.
Okay.
And she'll gesture and be like, "So are we all in agreement? Favor for a favor, memories for a car for some sweet artifacts.
What's a car?
One of these fine tricking contraptions my
I'll
boys
just say yes.
Chukka and Clonk are working on."
I'm down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, shouldn't the small elephant have a say in this?
She
She
did a
agreed.
little.
Yeah.
She's down.
Bigger say.
She said she would okay with going through her head. I guess we should probably make sure she gets some kind of benefit out of it
Compensation.
too. But yeah, we can figure out the compensation later, right, Lulu?
Oh yeah, I'm not super worried about that part. I just if what's up here, if there's anything up here that helps, then we should do it. I want to do it.
Okay.
Great.
And
Cool.
we're gonna
So
end
In agreement.
as Mad Maggie gestures you guys all inside Fort Knucklebone. And we're gonna call it there for the evening.
Excellent.
In all honesty, I've been trying to figure out what sort of voice to do for Mad Maggie because she's very special. And I honestly couldn't think of one better than the one that Jeremy Crawford's used for her, so I had to had to stick with it. And Sean, your reaction was worth the price of admission.
Very happy. I was very happy.
Excellent.
But
She is
Well,
my new favorite.
She's so good. Well, hey, we did it. We
did
got out of town and we did not die.
You did not.
As far
I did not.
Some
One of
some
us.
toenails.
Rest in peace, Sam Ladd.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, rip.
I like to think that Sam Ladd landed and broke in a bunch of places, but kind of reconstituted enough to start just wailing on the devils in the
Evils.
middle of that battle. Yeah.
I was thinking he's slowly just pulling his way towards us with his sword.
Oh no, he's
I mean,
Well, that's
One arm.
why
back to you.
that's why Skelly got buff and is on fire now because he's enraged that his friend died.
60 feet
Skelly's
through
story.
that drop, Sam Ladd did recover his own initiative and free will, and immediately continued falling.
Hitchhiker's Guide. That's so depressing.
I forgot. Yep.
no.
After 60 feet, he just is his own thing.
Well,
Sweet.
fantastic. Thank you very much, guys, for playing. That was amazing in every way. That was a lot of fun.
Good time.
So let's see. So next week is. Hello, calendar. How are you? Next week is not actually Christmas or New Year's or anything. So is everybody around?
I am.
Should be.
Okay. So hopefully we'll confirm off stream, but hopefully we'll be back next week to see what's up with this ritual and what's up with Lulu, and we'll do that. Probably won't have a stream on Thursday because it's Christmas Eve. Be doing Christmas Eve type things, but do come back on Monday and we will have some very specialness for you. Thanks to everybody who watched.
With
Do you stream?
my new favorite NPC.
Do you stream Wednesdays?
I don't normally, though lately we've been trying to do that Wingman Wednesday thing, and if I can get my computer to
Yeah, if we're
cooperate,
doing Wingman Wednesday.
like if I can get my my computer and my internet to cooperate, I would love to stream some squadrons at least once successfully. So,
Wingman Wednesday.
so that will likely. I mean, I'll be probably flying squadrons whether or not. But if I'm able to stream it, I will certainly announce it. But until then, I hope that everybody has a good night.
Good night.
Good
Happy
night.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Yes, indeed.
Bye.
Bye.